So you're Mick Duff?
Yeah.
I'm hearing a lot about you in the area. What's your story?
Well, Mick, I've been living here in Tallaght since 1977. I've been involved in the community since the day we first arrived here. We got involved with the local residents association. I've been involved with the scouts. A lot of the schools, I'm on the boards of 3 community schools and the board of Scollisa National School. I've always believed in the community. I work in the heart of the community. I'm here as a drug treatment coordinator in the St Angus project Time and North. We've been at this now since 1996. I believe that, you know, when you work in your community, when you're meeting people every day, it gives you an opportunity to get to the heart of your community. You get to feel the pulse of it. And I think this election gives me an opportunity of taking the experience that I have here out into the broader Tallaght Central area.
You used to be a member of Fianna Fáil. Why did you leave the party?
Well, I left them back in the early 90s. I just got disillusioned with them. I think they stopped listening to the community. They started just paying lip service to us. I sat on the drugs task force with Tallaght from 1997. I was very impressed with his commitment to the community. He was always there for us. He fought the fights when we were trying to fight against poor funding and cutbacks that were affecting the services. And Pat was there for us, so I was impressed that much when I joined Labour in 2002, and I'm very pleased to be a member of the Labour Party.
Yeah, very good. And what about the drugs?
Well, look, Mick, I've been working in the drugs area since 1996. I'm full-time drug treatment coordinator for the St Angus project since 2000. I'm on the Tallaght Drugs Task Force since 1997. We've done magnificent work here in Tallaght, and we have a very, very proud record here in Tallaght of community involvement and acknowledgement of the drug problem that exists in Tallaght. We have 5 community drug treatment programs. We have 3 CE projects, special category CE projects. We have family support, the likes of Swan, a good family support network. We have great services. We have a cocaine initiative that we're offering treatment now for cocaine on a Tallaght-wide basis. And what's happening to us? They're taking the money off us. At the time when we needed it most, they're beginning to show drugs don't count anymore as far as the political arena is concerned. This government has cut funding to the local projects. It's putting our services in danger. FOSS has taken away 25% off the materials money, 40% off the training grants. Where are we going to go with that? What future are we going to offer people? I think at this moment in time, this is the time when we need a good, solid government to come out and say, we support your actions fully. We complete, because as you know, Mick, there's no recession in the drugs trade.
I'm seeing big queues up at the Tallaght. What's Labour going to do about jobs?
Unfortunately, Mick, the queues are going to get longer because this government has just absolutely no idea whatsoever how to tackle the unemployment problem. Labour believes in job creation. We have 40,000 school children being educated in porta cabins. There's schools out there, water pouring through their roofs, bad heating. They all need maintenance. There's a huge programme that could be carried out with absolutely no difficulty. You look at the amount of highly skilled construction workers that are available at this moment in time. Why isn't the government putting these people to work? Labour will. Because Labour doesn't believe in paying people for sitting at home. You should be working, you get job creation going again, you put a little bit of support back into the economy and you boost up people's morale again. We can get this country back on its feet again. It's a no-brainer.
So why should people vote for Mick Duff?
Mick, I live and work in the community in Tallaght and I've done so for over 25 years. I believe the community deserve the best and that the community of Tallaght should be represented by Tallaght councillors with the interests of Tallaght at heart.
So what are you going to do for Tallaght?
Well, Mick, my priorities in Tallaght are particularly in the areas of planning. I believe that all communities should have a say in what's being planned for them and for their future. There's vast experience out there in the community. They're highly intelligent people who know what they want. But it's a lopsided affair when it comes to planning. So Dublin County Council have planners and a planning department. The community doesn't. So we should have at our disposal a town planner to help communities come to the decisions and have their input into the planning forum. I also think that people should, in terms of when you object to a planning application, that if that planning application is not taken up, your fee should be refunded to you. It shouldn't be on the side of the developer all the time. I mean, they can weaken communities by just working down the planning applications all the time, reissuing them, and it's costing a fortune for communities to object, particularly onto projects that they don't want in their local areas. The Tallaght Hospital campaign is very, very close to my heart. I think our services, we have a magnificent hospital here in the heart of Tallaght. It's a wonderful service for the community and for the counties, the surrounding counties that it looks after. And this government have actually gone in and butchered those services, despite the promises that they made in 2007 from our local TDs, the local government TDs, who told us nothing, there would be no downgrading of Tallaght Hospital. They've lied to the people of Tallaght. And they've lied to the Tallaght Hospital Action Group, who I support fully and will continue to support fully when elected. I think in terms of antisocial behaviour, we're getting this on the doorstep. Every area we've gone into, that people are afraid in their own homes. I think that's not acceptable in 2009. But there should be no fear within our community, Mick. We should have CCTV in all areas. There should be a monitoring system there, and if there should be proper application of the antisocial laws, they should be applied rigidly. Now, I'm a police commissioner, Mick, and I deal with the Gardaí and I deal with the public a lot. And when people come into me, I'm hearing the stories from both sides. And we don't have enough guards. It's impossible to police Tallaght in the way that most communities would want to police. And I firmly believe we should have community Gardaí on the ground, where you have a high visible police presence, but it's a friendly police presence, and people will have confidence in it. Yeah. As regarding youth and education, I think we have the most underfunded services in education are to the primary schools. It's meagre funding that's going in there, and yet this is our first port of call of education for our young people. And we want them to go on to third level, and we would hope, that would be our aspiration, that we have excellent community schools here, we have excellent second level schools here in Tallaght. They're pretty well funded, they're looked after very, very well, but the primary level is the area that really bugged me in terms of the lack of funding that's going into it. So I would certainly be pushing that would be improved.
Okay, Mick Duff. You sound okay to me. You got my number one vote.
Much appreciated, Mick. Thanks. Well, if I convince Mick, I hope I convince you. All I'll ask you to do now is remember Mick Duff and Labour on Friday, June the 5th. Thank you.